If you're watching this and you feel isolated in a way that doesn't make sense, I'm not talking about I stayed home this weekend, isolated. I mean the quiet, heavy kind. The kind where you can be around people all day and still feel like you're on the outside of life looking in. Maybe you're at work and you're doing the job, you're answering, you're being pleasant, but inside you feel separate, like you're running a different operating system than everyone else. Maybe you're at a family dinner and you're smiling, but your body won't relax. Your jaw is tight. Your shoulders are up. Your stomach is doing that little drop thing like it knows something is coming, even if nothing bad is happening. And then you get home and the quiet hits, and instead of feeling peaceful, it feels like a weight. You pick up your phone even though you don't want to. You scroll just to have noise. And in the back of your mind, you start asking the questions that hurt. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal again? Why do I feel like I don't belong in my own life? I'm going to be direct with you. Nothing is wrong with you. This is a real phase of awakening that people don't talk about enough, because most people describe awakening like it's all clarity and expansion. And yes, some of it is, but there's also this hidden phase where your system pulls away from what used to feel normal and you don't know where you fit yet. It can feel like you're being quietly removed from your old life. Here's what's actually happening. When awakening hits, it doesn't only change what you believe, it changes your threshold. Your body stops being able to pretend. Your heart stops being able to fake connection. Your nervous system stops cooperating with environments that require you to perform. So you start noticing things you used to ignore. You notice tone. You notice avoidance. You notice when people laugh to cover discomfort. You notice the little social lies we all tell to keep things smooth. And I'm not saying that as a judgment. I'm saying your system starts registering it as pressure. Pressure in your throat when you want to speak honestly, but you can feel it's not safe. Pressure in your chest when you're around someone who's fine, but actually loaded with resentment. Pressure in your stomach when the old family roles start trying to pull you back in. And suddenly, being around people feels expensive. Not because you hate them, not because you're above them, but because your body is reading the room more clearly now, and it's tired of pretending it doesn't feel what it feels. So you pull back, and then the isolation starts. Because you still care, you still love people, you still want connection. You just can't do the old version of together that requires you to shrink your truth and numb yourself to stay included. That's why this phase can mess with your head. Because on the outside, it looks like you should be okay. You're functioning, you're showing up, you're doing the things. But inside, you feel like you're behind glass. You're there, but you're not fully there. And a lot of people right here start blaming themselves. They start thinking they're broken, or antisocial, or depressed, or too sensitive, or they start forcing themselves to be the old version of themselves just to prove they can. But forcing it usually makes it worse, because your system doesn't want more performance. It wants alignment. It wants honesty. It wants safety. So let's name the core of it. Awakening isolation usually happens because three things collide at once. Your sensitivity moves to the front. You pick up on everything. And even if you don't want to, your body registers it. That's why certain places feel loud even when they're quiet. Your values change faster than your environment. You start craving honesty and meaning, while the world around you might still bond through complaining, gossip, sarcasm, or old roles. And when you don't match those roles anymore, the connection can feel thin, and you're in a between phase. You're not who you used to be, but you're not fully stabilized in who you're becoming. That middle place is tender, it's raw, it needs real nourishment, not just stimulation. It needs relationships that don't require armor, so you end up feeling like an alien in your own life. Now, here's the part nobody warns you about. People will misunderstand you in this phase. Some people will assume you're judging them. Some will assume you're going through something. Some will try to pull you back into the old you because it's comfortable for them. And if you try to explain awakening to people who aren't experiencing it, you can end up feeling even lonelier, because it's like speaking a language they literally can't hear. So I'm going to give you a permission slip that can save you a lot of energy. Stop trying to prove your reality. You don't owe anyone a full explanation. You can be honest without doing a whole speech. If someone asks what's going on, you can say, I'm in a quieter season, or I'm taking care of my energy lately, or I'm figuring some things out internally. And then you stop. If they can respect that, good. If they can't, they don't get a front row seat to your process. And now I want to reframe this in a way that actually helps. This isolation isn't a punishment. It's a protective pause. It's your system refusing to bond through distortion. In the old life, you could connect by blending, by people-pleasing, by matching energy, by being easy, by laughing things off, by keeping parts of yourself off the table. Awakening breaks that pattern. It makes your body say, no, not like that anymore. That's why you can be around certain people and feel your chest tighten. That's why you feel tired after conversations that used to be simple. That's why you go home and need silence like you need water. Your loneliness is information. It's telling you what is no longer sustainable. But I know you still have to live your life. You still have work. You still have family. You still have responsibilities. So let me give you a few tools you can actually use without making this your whole personality and without turning your life into a spiritual project. Here's one that helps immediately. It's for the moment right before you walk into people, before you walk into work, before you walk into the kitchen where everyone is talking, before you open that group chat. That moment is everything because that's when your energy is open and impressionable. Pause for a few seconds. Let your jaw unclench. Let your shoulders drop one notch. Take one inhale through your nose for 4, then exhale through your mouth for 6. Do that 2 times. And on the exhale, imagine pulling your awareness back inside your body, like you're closing a door gently behind you, not shutting the world out, just sealing yourself so you're not leaking into everyone else's mood. Then pick one sentence and keep it simple. Something like, I can love people without absorbing them, or I'm allowed to stay with myself, or I'm here and I'm inside my own energy. And then you walk in. Another tool that helps a lot is learning to stay on your own channel when you're around others. Because when you're with people, there are 2 channels running. Their channel, which is their mood and their tension and their noise, and your channel, which is your breath and your body and your presence. Isolation gets worse when you live on their channel the whole time, because you're with them, but you're not with you, and you go home feeling empty. like you handed your life force away just to be polite. So while you're listening, keep a small part of your attention anchored in your body. Feel your feet in your shoes. Notice your hands. Track your exhale. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. And if you feel your chest tightening, soften your belly on the next breath. If you start floating up into your head, come back to one sensation. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It's just a quiet way of staying with yourself while you're with others. And here's the thing. You don't have to announce your boundary. You can be inwardly anchored and still be kind. You can be present and still not merge. Now let's talk about what happens after. Because a lot of awakened people don't crash during the interaction. They crash after. You get home and suddenly you're irritable or numb, or you can't think straight, or you just want to disappear. That's not you being crazy. That's your nervous system trying to downshift. So give your body a clean ending. When you get home, stand still for a moment. Exhale like you're fogging a mirror. Roll your shoulders once. Let your arms hang heavy. Then imagine whatever isn't yours sliding off your field like dust falling off a coat. Not dramatic, just clean. And then say, I'm back. Your body understands that language. And if nights are the hardest for you, I want you to know something. Night loneliness is rarely about your future. It's usually about your nervous system needing safety and your heart needing truth. So if you're lying in bed scrolling, thinking about people you used to talk to, or replaying old conversations, or spiraling into, I'm going to end up alone, pause and ask yourself a better set of questions. What do I actually need right now? Connection or rest? Am I missing the people, or am I missing the version of me that felt easy around them? Where did I abandon myself today? And then do one small thing that proves you're with you. Make tea. Wash your face slowly. Put your phone down for a minute and breathe. Put a hand on your chest and say, I'm here. Not as a quote, as a signal. Also, don't confuse I need less noise with I need zero connection. Sometimes the medicine is one clean, simple contact that doesn't overload you. A slow walk where you actually feel the air on your skin, sitting under a tree, standing near the ocean. A few minutes with music that tells the truth. Your system counts that as connection. It calms down when it remembers you're still in relationship with life, even if people feel far right now. Now, I'm going to say the part people avoid saying. Sometimes the isolation is because certain relationships are completing, and that hurts even if you're the one who needed distance. Loss is still loss. You can be relieved and grieving at the same time. If you're losing friends after awakening, it might not be that you're unlovable. It might be that you're no longer available to be the version of you they were connected to. Some people can't meet the real you because the real you asks for honesty. The real you won't laugh at what feels cruel. The real you won't keep shrinking to keep things smooth. And that can scare people who rely on social scripts to feel safe. So here's what I want you to remember in this season. Don't shame yourself for outgrowing sleep mode connection. Don't force yourself back into rooms your body tightens in. And don't rush the rebuilding. You don't have to find your soul tribe overnight. Start smaller. One safe person, one honest message. Something like, I've been quieter lately, but I care about you. One space where depth is normal. Art, movement, learning. A place where your sensitivity isn't treated like a problem to solve. And while you build that, keep coming back to the most important connection, the one you have with your own inner life. Because if you abandon yourself, You can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely. But if you stay connected to yourself, isolation becomes a season, not an identity. If you're in this hidden phase right now, you're not failing, you're integrating. Your system is recalibrating the terms of connection, and you can live awake without collapsing. You can stay true without becoming hardened. You can have connection that doesn't cost you your nervous system. If this landed for you, tell me in one sentence what part of awakening isolation is hardest right now. Is it work? Is it friends? Is it family? Is it nights? I read your comments and it helps me make the next video for exactly where you are.